Yeah.
So today's topic is a bit interesting. Today we'll learn how to create extension of Qlik Sense. Extension in the sense the object which is there in the list,
Mhm.
pre-created objects. Apart from those objects, we will create some of our custom objects, and that will also uh, capitalize the feature of those objects. Okay. So
Okay.
in order to create the object, we have to write the extension script and JavaScript, and this is the that's need a very core JavaScript knowledge. However, we can we can see the approach that how to at least get the JavaScript over the market, and we can consume it and create an object. Okay, so we will see.
Mhm.
First of all, we'll go to branch.qlik.com, where you can get existing extension object which you can use it, or else you can also get a script to create an object, and you can customize that script to create an object.
Right.
Okay, it's got into the this branch.com. So you need to have a registration in order to get any object and their codes. Okay, we will see how to use the
Mhm.
extension objects. Wherever the Qlik Sense objects which is there in the list, there are very few. If you want something extra,
Mhm.
you can see the chart objects. All these are the predefined objects. These are the very few list. However, I want something some different type of gauge. Okay,
Mhm.
or a button control. You can see I have created a button. Okay, button is not inbuilt in the Qlik Sense, and you can also see that how I have created
Yeah.
this. You know, I've created this tabs. Okay. In ClickView, there were container,
Mhm.
the object called container, where we can create number of tabs and place multiple objects inside that container. But here in ClickSense, there is no
Mhm.
tab concept initially. So what you can see, I have used a custom object to create a tab, right? There are different tabs here,
Okay.
and this is the extension which I have created, extension object which I have created. So it is just a hello world extension.
Mhm.
So you can see the list of this custom object list. So when you add and create a new custom objects, you need to go for extension, and that would be created in the mashup only, because mashup that will create in the ClickSense hub, and hub is basically a central configuration screen. You can do anything over there, and that would be applicable to the entire ClickSense environment. That's what we call as a hub. It is not specific to a particular application. It is it is confined to the entire confined to the entire ClickSense platform. Okay, it's not specific to a specific application or a QVF file. That a
Okay.
global environment, you can say. All right. So let's just try to get some objects and see that how we can create the object. Yeah, funnel chart is not there in the ClickSense list. It was there in ClickView. So we will also use it in the Qlik
Mm-hmm.
Sense. Gantt chart extension was not there. Gantt chart means you will create a project management timeline planner, activity planner, and all.
Mm-hmm.
In this tab, I have used this particular object.
Right. Right.
This is slider object. Slider object is not there. And click video is there, but Qlik Sense is not there.
Oh,
So we'll try to use this controls and get these features. So now
mm-hmm.
let me have more also. This is organization chart. This is a beautiful chart which I've added, uh, but I need to have the data in this way. Category, parent-child relationship in the same table in order to create this chart.
Okay.
Okay. So there are many things available. Now what we'll do this funnel chart, how we can add it to the Qlik Sense, we'll see. These are all the features it is suggesting that presentation chart template should be off. All this chart curvature should be 20, chart animation should be 60, and all these things. So we'll get a zip file. Okay. So in this particular zip file, I'll just take to the extension location.
Mhm.
I just got this one and paste in my document. I'll take you to the Qlik Sense directory. Qlik Sense extension. Here I'll have to paste this object folder. Okay. Now instantly we will go to Qlik Sense and try to edit something and get this extension. That was not a valid extension. That's a JavaScript, I suppose, other JavaScript. Let's try with other where we will get the executable zip file. Yeah. So here it is, the janted extension.
Mhm.
My document, Qlik Sense extension. Inside this, I'll take it. Simply unzip the folder over here. You'll get a
Mhm.
object in the Qlik Sense file. Jant chart. You see this particular object, the extension object which is created. The number of time it is reloaded
Yeah.
is just creating a loop. Number of time the page is reloaded.
Mhm. Yeah. So once you add that object, you will see that object will be populated on a refresh Mhm.
or close and open of the page. Instantly it will not affected. So you need to refresh the QV file, then you have to close and open.
Mhm.
So then only it will be reflected. So you see this Gantt chart object is added over here. So once you adding it, it is adding a dimension like one should be time, one should be your activity,
Mhm.
and the measure should be the percentage of completion, right? So
Okay. Mhm.
I will take, say, I don't have the data in such manner, but anyway, mm, I'll take customer and try to take a date, maybe a month is not taking, it's going to take a date.
Mhm.
Okay. First dimension we can take this as a start date, bar start date.
Okay.
I think there's a error in that code. It could not reload the data and got restarted.
Um,
We've not get the bipolar chart so far. We need to restart this.
you have to close and open.
Yeah. Yes, we got it here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. It needs two measures. Like say for comparison, I can say take product and quantity versus sell, product
Mm-hmm.
and sales versus revenue, or sales versus
Okay.
uh,
Quantity.
stock. Okay. As compared to sales, the stock is very less. So
Mm-hmm.
two measures are there. We'll take something else.
Revenue.
As compared to sales, the revenue is also very high. Uh, No? No, I have to take something else. Item and then net amount. So it is very huge. We can set the property so they see them clearly.
Hmm.
3D. Select 3D.
Value labels.
Value labels of just second getting a call.
Hmm.
Hello, hello, Kamsi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm still here. I was on mute. Sorry. Yeah, I can hear you. Am I audible? Hello,
Yes. Yep.
Amit? Yeah, I was on mute. Mhm.
So this is how the extension object will be consumed. We're not creating now, we're just consuming it. Right. So
Right.
this is a 2D view and 3D view, and option. The way we use it, we need to simply download the zip file and place the unzip the file inside the extension folder of the ClickSense, and we are ready to use it. And you have to simply follow the instruction what exactly it is asking for. You know, the number of dimensions or number of measures it is looking for. You have to use and create these objects. Now probably I'm checking for to
Mhm.
remove these numbers
Value.
values because it's looking very ugly, because we are not uh, always familiar with this custom object. You will be certainly get a chance to use them wherever you find there is not an object available in the list which you can cater, which can be cater your requirement. So in that case we will look for custom object, and that is pretty well helpful also. And
Mhm. Yeah, these are actually helpful. Like, buttons. I mean, you need buttons sometimes.
yes.
Getting buttons and range sliders to make sense.
So when I added the fixed number, you can see now it is looking good. So here
Hmm.
there was no it was just given that there is no limitation for showing all these items. So there are all 200 300 items are showing in a very clumsy way, which is not so clear to understand.
Understand.
In that case limitation is
Right.
strict, that the number of items will be shown over here, fixed numbers, from the top or from the bottom. Bottom means in the record list, in the tables, the bottommost record, that means newly added record will be shown, and in the top means first record will be shown. So like, as you're restricting 10 items, all these items are showing there are number 10s, and the other all the other items are belongs to this other list. So we can also change it to 20 or 30. Accordingly the list will be increasing. Yeah, you see, as long as it is
Mhm.
more increasing, number of the items are showing clumsy. So other, if you do not show
Right.
other, then others will also not be shown. So it is bipolar chart.
Mm.
Now we will see that how
I
to.
actually read a document regarding this.
Sorry, come again.
Uh, I actually read a document regarding how to create the bipolar chart using bar chart and ClickView.
Okay, okay,
Using, I mean, no extension.
right.
Yeah, that was good too.
Yeah. So here we're
And
just
ClickView.
consuming it. Now it's time to create an extension. How to create an extension? By getting the code samples. Okay. You can write even your
Mhm.
own code, or else you can, if you have that expertise in JavaScript. But the truth is we don't have the expertise in JavaScript, not even you.
and a BA professional doesn't have. So you'll easily get those libraries from the internet. Those are the, you know, created by JavaScript professional, and you need to know that how to just create an extension by using those codes. Okay, you simply consume it. We just unzip here, but now we will create something. We will get some code from online, and we know the approach that how to, where to put that code, where to execute, and how to create that object.
Yeah.
So in order to create an extension object, we have to deal with these files. Like we have to go to hub, because hub is the central repository or central configuration platform of the Qlik Sense. And in the hub, we have to deal with qext. There's a qext file. So far we have not interacted with. So that is basically Qlik
Mhm.
Sense extension. Okay, qext file. We have to add that code there, and then there's a JavaScript file also. So QXT will deal with the metadata of that extension, what this extension is all about, what is the name or all the features, and JavaScript file is the main file which will create that function to go for a visualization, create for a visualization. So
Okay.
there's a simple extension tutorial which I've created, the hello world. You can see. Let's try to understand the uh, extension code. There are various attributes: name, description, icon. Okay. uh, Version and author. So author can be you, version can be anything, visualization can be anything. Description is the one which is showing in the uh, view
UI.
over here. Okay, hello world extension, this thing.
Yeah.
So name would be something which will be appearing in the left side menu here. Sample hello
Mhm.
world. Okay, I even can change it.
Okay.
Sample hello world extension, that we can change it, we can give it anything. And this is the JavaScript file
Mhm.
which will create a division and create a HTML division and show this particular thing in the uh, code here. It is showing the same approach that how to add this in extension list, because it is showing like you have to go
Mhm.
for this um, uh, extension folder. So other way, how we can create by using uh, hub, we will see. So let's start here and see what is the code behind it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So both these two files can be suffice to create a code. See this qxt.
Mhm.
We'll open this file and copy the code. Let's go to app.
In 86, program file 86, one folder above. Mhm. Oh,
Anyway, we'll load it. Yeah, okay. Variable. I'll just go to hub.
mhm.
Close this one, because it is global to the entire environment, Qlik Sense environment. It's not specific this VAMC PSC dashboard. So go to hub. We will deal with,
Okay.
since we will create a new extension. The extension name is variable. We've seen how to create a mashup, right? So now we will deal with the
Mhm.
extension. Mashup editor, extension editor. Okay. So go to extension editor. Click here. We have created mashup from the mashup editor. Now create a new project. We're going to create a extension. So extension name is variable.
Mhm.
Okay, name is variable. So the same name we have to give. From the JavaScript, we need to understand.
Okay.
Uh, because with this variable name, a folder will be created in the extension folder. Once we just create it. Variable, select a template basic visualization template. Variable would not work here. An extension, this name is already exist. My variable. So create and edit. We've already added a variable. Now this script we will replace with this JavaScript. We will replace with this code. Sorry. Okay. So we open a JavaScript file, right? Sorry, it is a qxt file.
Mm.
We will open the qxt file. Now we have to go to qxt file in order to create a extension. These are the following things: the metadata basically. Okay, data about this extension. Variable name is my variable, basic template, visualization is this. So we can put it over here like this.
Mhm.
Or else it is not needed also, because if you not create this qxt changes qxt also, it will by default create. So you see there's no difference between this and this.
Right.
It is mostly the same. So you can either keep it as it is, or else if you have something code to change, you can change it. That's what the qxt is. Click extension text. Now we will deal with the JavaScript file and open the JavaScript code. Uh, Open with now simply replace this code with the new code which you have here.
Mhm.
Now you see JavaScript start with this a define function, click, and then end. And this function name is click, and then what it will return something which is blank here. Now this code will be put it on this.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll just place it. I'm least bothered about the styling, like how it is looking like. Now save and return. So now you see in the extension folder, a folder is created called my variable. Did I created this? No,
Yeah.
we have not created. We have created that in a mashup. So when I create it and save it,
Mhm.
it is executed and a extension folder is created. Simply.
Okay.
So let's close this one and come back to Qlik Sense. And go inside this and try to consume that.
Attention.
Extension test. Edit. There's a custom object my variable. Yes, the extension we created as this thing, but the variable name, the in the metadata, whatever the name we given, that was populating here. So I cannot basically distinguish them. I will just try to distinguish from the Qlik Sense hub again.
Mhm.
This is from where I added. Yeah, this is the my variable. So I'll just change the name as my variable. You can save it.
I will.
So now the same extension will be populated over there. Yeah, this one. Okay, now
Yeah,
we will.
on the top.
So in the QXT file, the basically the metadata which will deal with the naming of this. So I'm going to delete this extension. I can put. So you see, go to this and extension editor. What are the changes you want in the Qlik Sense desktop on global level? You have to go for a hub and you have to change there.
Mm-hmm.
Like custom extension, my variable,
My
simply
way.
drag it. Now you have to pursue the steps or guides or the properties which have. Let's explore the property of this variable. Uh, Variable title is say uh, visibility. To visibility set, we will set true or false. Select a value, input field. It should be drop down or button or slider. This become a slider.
Right. Mhm.
Pixel style, there are various styles also. Bootstrap style. And width is we can define vertical update autograph. And then value we will set in the variable as minimum is 0, maximum is 100, or maximum will set as 50. Say
Mhm.
we'll define the variable name as VAT. So variable name is become VAT. I will just define the fill GST. It should be 5%, 25%, 5% to 30%, and it will increase by 5. Okay, step should be 5. So
Mhm.
now we see here GST is increasing by 5. 5.
Mhm. Right.
So this this variable is set. It is now it is a kind of list type of variable. It can be array. It can be static. So that variable will be called in the expression in the object. Okay, variable name is GST.
Right.
We call the extension of the object that we know in the click view.
Mm.
Okay, so this way will consume this.
Like what if I knowledge?
Yeah, because it's not a database field. It should be reflect other chart. So in order to reflect or change other charts based on this selection, we need to write the expression. In that expression, we have to consume this variable. Okay,
Right. Right.
so we'll
Yeah.
learn
That.
about
Mm.
Qlik Sense visualization and Qlik Sense extension. In the last session we seen how to create a mashup,